how tall are you?
I'm your perfect height.
You're the
right
perfect height for me. Well then.
You're the perfect height for me, actually. It's nice to actually kiss somebody who's almost as tall as I am.
Do you, how do you feel about that? Do you, will you date a man who's much shorter than you? Do you not mind that?
Well, I guess you would say I'm not really heightist.
Heightist.
No,
That's nice.
I'm not racist and I'm not heightist.
Right,
so
right.
If, you know, I've been out with guys that have been as tall as me, not as tall as me, and taller than me.
Taller than you? I think you're 7 feet tall.
I feel about 8 feet tall. I feel
Very
about 8
nice.
feet
Yeah.
tall.
Well, thank you for being here. A lot to talk about. First of all, I was curious about this. I know that when you started out modeling for the first time, you were considered an atypical body type.
This is true.
And people weren't sure, you know, when they first saw you, whether you would make it as a model. What was so atypical?
I think I started 25 years ago. Can you imagine that?
No, I can't. I cannot imagine
25 years ago, I was like 18 years old. And the girls at that time were very androgynous. You know, they were tiny, fine-boned, no breasts, no hips, short hair.
Right.
And I arrived like this Amazonian, Australian beach surfer chick.
Right.
Except for, you know, like the Californian girl, except for not being Californian, being Australian.
Right.
And it was kind of awkward, you know, what do we do with her? We sort of see that she has these qualities, but we don't know how to use them because they were not in fashion.
Right.
And that's why I sort of had a career that was much more commercially orientated. And then swimsuits, of course, was an obvious.
Yes, everyone was happy with that.
Including me, because I made a lot of money from it. So.
Yes, yes, good work there. You have... Thumbs up! I'm curious about something. You have two young sons.
Yes, I do.
It's so funny because they're, you know, you're your mom,
right.
But do they know you as a famous, legendary, iconic supermodel? Are you ever supermodel to them?
Do you know what? It's really funny you should say that because my son came home from tears one day at school and he said to me, "Mummy, the kids at school are making fun of me because they said, you know, your mom's just a supermodel." And I said to him, "Flynn, do you know what a supermodel is?" And he said, "Yeah, it's somebody who designs lingerie." Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, that's true. That's what Mom does. But I said, first of all, there's no such thing as a supermodel.
Right.
And second of all, you know, I have a job like most mothers. I get up in the morning and I go to the office and I do my day at the office and I come home and...
I love these kids taunting, ha, your mom's a supermodel.
Can you imagine that? That's so English. I live in London. And
it seems strange to me, yeah.
He goes to this Catholic boys' school and, you know, it's just, I guess it's not necessarily... People in England are very understated about sort of position, and it's not like in America where people being a celebrity or being somebody who's well known is really honored and revered, and the American, you know, Americans really love that. In England, not so much.
I tell my children I'm a male model.
You could be a male model.
Let's pretend that were true.
You look like a male model,
yeah, the
especially
hair,
with that hair.
The hair. Oh yeah, you see this all the time in ads. Yeah.
Beautiful hair.
Big French pastry sitting on top of my head. Try the new Guess jeans. Try it. How do your kids feel about the fact that, you know, the paparazzi follows you around?
They do, and
does that bother them?
Yeah, it does actually, especially the older one. He's 8 now, but ever since he was a child, he hated the fact that there was photographers around, and I heard him say the other day to one of the photographers, I'm so embarrassed even to say that he has this vocabulary, but he said, "I'm entitled to my privacy."
He's 8?
I'm entitled to my privacy.
That's so great. Good for him.
Said,
that's great.
Where did you get that?
Yes.
And probably because I had said, you know, I get very protective of the children. I don't want them to be photographed. I don't want them to be harassed. And, you know, in England, there's quite a cult around because there's so many trashy magazines. And there's quite a cult of, you know, being photographed. Even if you're nobody, they photograph you.
They chase everybody around.
Yeah, they do.
The paparazzi chase each other around and photograph each other.
I wish they would spend their time chasing each other.
We have. I know that you have this very successful line of lingerie. We have some here, which I'm going to hold up right now and look like a pervert. This stuff is very. Look at this right here. That's very, very sexy right there. I don't know if this is. Of course, this is right here, the very see-through.
That's my size, by the way.
Okay, let me ask you something. I'm noticing back here the clasps, and I've talked to other people about this. On behalf of guys everywhere,
yes.
this doesn't, I can't, to this day, I can't do that Velcro. Why is nothing Velcro?
You know what?
Look at that. I can't do it now.
I think that's a most excellent idea. In fact, in my next design meeting, I'm going to say, I spoke to Conan the other day, and he said, you just can't work out how to do that with one. You know, there are guys that can do that with one hand.
I've heard of, the Fonz could do it on Happy Days, I remember.
You should practice the one hand.
That's why I lost my virginity when I was 42. And then this right here is very beautiful. This is all very nice stuff. I'm going to hang on to all of this.
Gift to your girlfriend, for me.
Well, for the wife.
Oh, for the wife. There you
I'll
go.
call the girlfriend later. If my wife watched this show, I'd be in a lot of trouble right now. No, it's very beautiful. It's very nice.
It's really nice. It's fantastic to actually be in America. I've been doing this for 16 years in Australia and 5 years in the UK, and we've just come into the American market. And actually, I was here last night doing a PA for Bloomingdale's, which was wonderful. But, you know, it's so amazing to see that American women are really embracing being their femininity, their sensuality, their sexuality, and seeing lingerie as something that is really uplifting, so to speak.
It does do that, too, yes. Well, Elle's lingerie is available at Bloomingdale's and ellemacphersonsintimates.com.
You can find it for anywhere closer, because it's all over America. And that's where you can find the stores.
Well, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for being
great
here.
to see you on the
Thank
show.
you.
Elle Macpherson. We'll take a break. When you come back, Jimmy Carr. So stick around.